Hello, Tyler. Shaker. How's everybody doing?
Well, I'm not on a beach, even though it's a summer break, so I don't know what's going on. I don't have a beach ball in a lawn chair with Fernando Alonso glasses on. But I'd say this is as close as we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, pretty much. We've gotten the heat for it.
Yeah,
That's
true.
It's hot in Canada, surprisingly.
Yeah, the summer break's been kind of longer than I thought it would be. We still have about almost 2 weeks until we actually get a race.
I know, I miss it already. I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do Sundays?
Yeah, there's not much to do.
Well,
Prem's back.
Premier League's
Premier
back.
League's back, yeah.
Prem's back.
There you
So
go.
that helps.
Yeah. If you're a tennis fan, the Summer Hardcourt Series is in full swing.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, been actually watching some of that.
Yeah.
Actually, Rogers Cup in
Exactly.
Canada, which is our main tournament. You're the tennis guy.
Yeah. Well, currently, Rafa Nadal is in the final, which
Ooh.
he was
You
well.
guys do.
He was well on his way to winning. So,
Who is he playing?
Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Is he Italian?
No, Greek.
How? Okay.
He might be going to the Greek Fest tonight.
Hey, come on down.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, we're in the middle of our summer break along with everybody else. We're all trying to fill the void somehow. We've been pretty quiet, I guess, just only doing a few videos here and there. But there hasn't been much happening, with the exception of.
Well, I mean, at least like he picked the right time to do it, because like there's nothing really to talk about except for him.
Yeah, and him, we are talking about Mr. Daniel Ricciardo.
Oh, really? Oh,
Who are you talking
I
about?
thought we were talking about. No, I'm kidding. Of course, it's Daniel.
Okay.
Ricciardo. Although there is someone else that did make some headlines that I will bring up soon.
Okay. If in case you guys missed it, have been on holiday, Daniel Ricciardo kind of surprised us all with moving to Renault for 2019, and surprised from the standpoint of we didn't really hear much about that Renault rumor. I mean,
At all.
Yeah, pretty much at all. You know, it seemed like mostly he was going to re-sign with Red Bull. McLaren deal was, I don't think, ever really going to come to fruition. Ferrari kind of shut the door. Mercedes shut the door by re-signing their two drivers. So in the end, it ultimately looked like, okay, he's just probably going to go back to Red Bull. And then he kind of just pulled a 180 on everybody and signed with Renault.
Well, if you look at this, though, it's really just a driver swap. Carlos Sainz will be going to Red Bull. Danny Rick will be going to Renault, if you really think about it. Because there's no way Sainz, he was on loan to Renault. So there's no way he doesn't go to the top team now. It's his time now to fill in and be Max's teammate. Unfortunately for him. But it is 100%. That's exactly what happened.
Up until a few days ago, I was thinking that seat would be open for a possibility of Fernando Alonso. But then Christian Horner came out and said that Fernando kind of causes too much trouble wherever he goes, so they shut the door on Alonso.
Juicy.
Yeah, so they didn't. And when you really think about it, it kind of wouldn't have made sense for him. I mean, you bring on a 37-year-old driver.
It's not how Red Bull works.
Exactly.
They have their.
They always go from within the junior Red Bull program, so yeah, exactly. I don't think it was an option, but it was something, I guess, worth looking at, because again, you have a world championship driver, but there'd be way too much. I think, internal issues with Verstappen there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be interesting for us, but probably not for Red Bull. So before we get to kind of what you guys thought of it, for me, personally, at first I was kind of, I don't want to say disappointed, but a bit concerned because, the Renault right now, they're fourth in the Constructors' Championship. They don't seem to be winning races anytime soon. But then again, you never know what could happen. But I compared this to the similar move that Lewis Hamilton made in 2013 when he went to Mercedes from McLaren. He went from a team that was world champion Grand Prix winners, and he went to a team that, was just brand new coming back into the sport, and there was a lot of uncertainty. And look how well that turned out for him in the end. 4, possibly 5 world championships coming this season. So I think this is sort of comparable. But then again, there's a lot I think that could go wrong with it, because what if Renault doesn't make any strides within the next 2 to 3 years before 2021? But I think ultimately this move was made with the outlook of 2021 with the new regulations come in.
I think this is very smart race moving by Daniel Ricciardo. Like, once again, lunging up the inside when no one's really paying attention to him and just sending it. What did he say? He's lick it and send it. Yeah. Sometimes you got to lick it and send the stamp or something.
The stamp,
right,
yeah.
Exactly what he did. Because if you think about it, whenever Renault's in the sport, they've won championships. correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Knowing how much they've progressed over the last year, 2 years, from being obviously taking over Lotus and coming back into the sport, and all the progression they've done, they're by far, in my mind, the best mid-class team. Sorry, Haas is up there as well. But Haas just takes everyone's parts from Ferrari, so but it's like a Ferrari B team almost.
Right.
Renault takes care of everything themselves. Number 3, they supply they're a works team. They supply their own engines. They can have the top of the line engines that they want. It's very huge going forward for in general Renault, because obviously the only other teams that you have that are Ferrari and Mercedes, who are 1 and 2. I wouldn't be surprised next year with Red Bull moving to Honda that Renault is number 3 in constructors. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Interesting to see.
Bold prediction, yeah, but possible.
I think it's
very possible.
I think it's very likely, if not almost a guarantee.
Yeah.
So with Red Bull going to Honda next year, you're going to have so much uncertainty, a transition phase of trying to get those parts. I mean, yes, at least they have Toro Rosso to kind of give them a little bit of a head start on that. But still, it's not the full team. There's going to be a lot of, and if you look at, I believe, I forget who had the stats down. It was from a YouTube channel. I don't remember which one it was off the top of my head. But Toro Rosso have used the most engine parts by any team. Isn't that what the problem was with McLaren?
Yeah, it was.
So if you think of it, I mean, unless it's not fixed by next season, we could see Red Bull, and they already had a lot of power issues so far this season. It could be added even more next season. So I think this is a very smart move by Daniel Ricciardo going to a works team.
I would agree with a lot of the points you made. I think with more time to look at this deal, it looks like a smarter move than maybe initially. Like, I think everyone's initial reaction was kind of like, oh, well, I'm not so sure about that. But when you look at the internal things with Red Bull as well, you have a young driver in Verstappen who, they want to make him the number 1. He's also, a junior Red Bull driver. So I think Ricciardo sort of maybe looked at the Mark Webber, Sebastian Vettel era and said, I don't want to kind of play that number 2 driver, even though Ricciardo is also a Red Bull junior driver as well, versus when Webber, he wasn't. But I think it's kind of clear to see that the management are sort of pushing Verstappen as that young, hungry world champion.
Yeah.
And then also when you look at, like I said, the points that you made with Honda, there's a big question mark there. The works team, Renault as itself, hasn't really had a lot of engine issues this year.
No, I can't think of
Hulkenberg in Austria.
Won.
I think that was maybe an MGU-H issue.
And Sainz, I know he's had a gearbox issue.
Is maybe 1 or 2, but certainly not to what Red Bull have had. And that partnership has been pretty, bad for the last couple of years, right? But like you said, when you go to a works team, and other than McLaren, they're going to be the only ones supplying engines to. So they're only supplying an engine to one other team,
which is Toro Rosso, which is it's just a Red Bull family.
Or
no,
you're talking Renault, yeah.
Oh,
for
sorry
Renault, yeah.
Okay,
and I mean, it's McLaren, right? So they don't have to. They can, they can send them whatever they want. They don't care.
They could send him a Honda engine. They wouldn't even
exactly. They wouldn't notice. So
it sounds like a lot like last year's engine.
We'll work with what we got.
No.
Yeah. So
because we're missing an MGU-H. I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Will it really make a difference though? I think that for them, wouldn't be a concern. And then looking in the future as well, with 2021, with sort of, I guess, the new era with the regulations come in, Red Bull could take a step back where Renault could take a step forward. Again, I compare it a lot similarly to the Hamilton and Mercedes deal, where he had 1 year where he didn't really do much with the team, back still in the V8 era, and then after that he kind of took off. So Ricciardo's 29 years old around, so he said he doesn't want to race into his late 30s, so even another 5 years he'd be around 34, 35 years old. He signed a 2-year deal with Renault.
Got maybe 2 or 3 contracts left in his career, and that's it.
Yeah, so I think the 2 years is a pretty good deal just to see where they're at, and if he's completely underwhelmed in terms of performance and expectations, maybe another seat will open with the top team. I don't know, but I think eventually for Ricciardo, this move will pay off.
I think it's smart for him for his contract to end in 2021, because I think this is going to be a time where we see the grid expand again. over 20 cars, because let's be honest, it needs to be over 20. It needs to be 24
does.
cars, at least 24, because 20 cars is boring. Just being honest. That would be the perfect time for Red Bull to have Aston Martin as a works team. So Aston Martin would be their own works team with Red Bull partnered there. So it'd still be Aston Martin Red Bull Racing, but it'd be Aston Martin engines. Jaguar to get back into the sport.
Whoa.
I would love to see both of those.
Jaguar has a fantastic Formula E team. Very good Formula E team. Who else?
You mentioned Aston Martin, right?
Didn't Peugeot have a team back in the day?
Not sure. I think Porsche has been in the rumors.
Porsche would be that's another
Or
one I was looking at.
Porsche.
The Porsche.
I think it's
We're in North America. And Audi.
Yeah.
So that'd be so those are four, just to recap, just the big ones: Aston Martin, Jaguar, Porsche, and Audi. Just say those four big names. So that expands it to 28. Even if half of those come in, that's still 24. You're moving up. Of course, there could be teams that fold and stuff, but let's hope that's not the case.
Right.
I think that's a perfect time for his contract to end, because then there's so much room in options to go with the new engine regulations. He can see who's going to have the first kind of big step in the new era of Formula 1 in 2021, and see where that goes from there. So very smart contract negotiations.
And it could always go the other way. I mean, Honda could work out their engine problems if they simplify the whole, engine systems and regulations.
Well, I think they're taking out the MGU-H or K?
H, yeah. It's definitely the H, I think, because the H is the one that their motor generator unit heat. That's the one that they're struggling with the most. Honda is. That's what they've said.
So that'd be what they're taking out then.
Yeah, I don't know how other simplified they're getting, but if they take that out, and I don't know if that's the only problem that they have. They seem like they have a lot of the problems, but I don't know exactly what the regulations are going to be then. So. Is what it is.
That's for 2021. We're in 2019, boys. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. It will come fast.
It does come fast.
There's too much changes.
Well, of course, next year there's the aero changes, which I'm glad that it will be happening. But still, it's like
it looks pretty cool.
The grid could be.
I really do like the changes that they made to the wings.
I think so too. Yeah. I just wonder, how much is the grid gonna be shaken up again, kind of thing. Like, it would be nice if it was shaken up. But
yeah, I mean. I guess somewhat this year it has been.
Because Mercedes isn't running away with it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to that sort of in our mid-season recap, but I mean, if you still look at the gap between the top three teams and the rest, I mean, it's astronomical.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
So even drivers have said that the gap is still pretty big. They thought it would close. So, I mean, slowly but surely we might get to that. But Formula One has always been like that, where the top teams sort of have a monopoly. And everybody else is playing.
But I feel like in the early 2000s, it wasn't nearly as bad.
Yeah, I mean, I watched as a kid, but obviously you don't analyze it the same way. Yeah, you don't pay attention, so I don't.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean.
Yeah, like when you're watching as a kid, you're just sort of just watching because they're fast race cars, and now that you watch now, you actually know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, of course, Michael and Ferrari winning a lot.
Well, yeah.
I
mean, he was my favorite driver as a kid, but he was obviously everyone's favorite driver.
Yeah. But then you had, I just remember closer races, and you had those, odd times where like Jarno Trulli would get a podium or Ralf Schumacher would get in there or something like that. So, but I don't know. I mean, even in the 80s and stuff, they'd have races where Senna would lap every other car and 30 seconds ahead. So. But I do agree. I think that era was better too with the louder engines and everything. But
so Force India set. Sorry, I know we were on teams earlier. Force India set to exit administration.
That was the next thing I was going to talk about.
Does that mean they have money? Do they have money now?
Yeah,
that's what I was going to try and talk about too.
Yeah. But so I don't know if you heard about this because I know you were away at the cottage. But
I think because I was going to say the exact same thing you're about to say.
Okay.
And that is.
Go ahead then.
Ready for the video headline for this part of the segment?
Drum roll, please.
Force Canada?
Yeah.
Question mark? Question mark.
That is going to be the actual title name for that video, though, by the way.
Oh, it is, yeah. and you can have this. You can draw a question mark out with my hand. Lance Stroll's dad, what's his name again?
Lawrence.
Lawrence? Yeah.
That's such a rich guy name.
That's exactly.
Probably
what's your name?
Probably doesn't even go with Larry. He's like Lawrence.
Larry.
Lawrence. Anyways, I think he's a nice guy from what I've heard, but as we're making fun of him, and could
I mean, you would hope so.
I'm gonna stop making fun of him because I might want to work for Force Canada in the future. So like,
Maybe.
does seem like a nice guy. Hire me.
Because I said you're nice.
But let's be honest. So if that happens, so say it becomes Force Canada,
Right.
or there's a big Canadian thing into it. Maybe it'll be called Air Canada.
I think you have some copyright issues
That's
there,
copyright,
but
yeah. Ground Canada, Land Canada. Lance
need to-
Stroll obviously moves to what would be. We'll use Force India for now because it just keeps it more logical. So Lance Stroll moves to Force India, and then you have Nicholas Latifi, who's been Force India's reserve driver. He's been a practice driver this season already. He's Canadian as well. For those of you who don't know who Nicholas Latifi is, Canadian prospect in racing. So then you have a F1 lineup of Force Canada with Lance Stroll and Nicholas Latifi as your two drivers. I mean, both Canadian. How perfect is that as a Canadian watch? Like, if any young kid was watching that, he goes, wow, I have something to look forward to. And that's where we start getting more and more.
yeah.
No? I think it'd be so cool to have Force Canada. If I was Indian, I'd be so pumped that there's a Force India. And Nito Karthikeyan would be driving. The cucumber himself.
I just think that I think Lawrence Stroll, we should refer to him as Mr. Stroll in the professional business manner here.
That's true, yeah.
I believe Mr. Stroll wants to be more of an investor.
Which makes sense.
But because obviously he's funding, they're exiting administration, so he funded a lot of this. But it was also
he did fund it. So this is
Yes.
like I know it was a rumor that he was going to fund it.
Oh, this is official.
But this
yeah,
is
it's
official.
a couple days now.
So when does Lance Stroll's contract end? Is the next question.
I don't know.
Keep talking.
Yeah, maybe look it up. But it wasn't just Lawrence Stroll. There was another Canadian entrepreneur, which I don't remember his name, but he's also in on the deal with a couple
Is
others.
it the Saint Hubert guy or the Swiss Chalet guy? Anyways,
I'm not sure.
that makes sense. That'd be so Canadian. a French chicken restaurant to be
Sponsored by-
sponsored.
yeah.
Anyways.
But who was what was I going to say? I think that their team principal, Otmar Safenhauer, whatever, he's going to stay in position. But the former owner of the team, VJ, which was, I think he was based out of India.
Yeah.
I think that he's like completely done. He's gone out of the team now, obviously, because they've had to, given up all the rights and all the money and stuff like that. So I don't know if Lawrence Stroll's in a position where he can move things around within the team, i.e., putting his son in the driver's seat.
Well, if he's giving them millions of dollars, I think
He has influence,
he
that's
is
for sure.
allowed. Williams and Force India not registered yet for next season, which I would presume means that none of their drivers have contracts for next year.
Okay.
Does that make sense? That makes sense to me.
Well, it could also be the team as well, right?
Well, the team's not even on here. This is Wikipedia, but the team's not on here, so I'm presuming that it would mean that they're not yet registered.
He's probably got
I'll
like
do
a
some more
year,
research.
something like that. I mean, they probably wouldn't sign anything long term with them anyway.
Keep talking. I'll do some more research.
So I don't know. Because the question is, if you put Lance Stroll in there, what do you do with the other two drivers that are currently in the Force India?
Well, you got to put Latifi in there. It's both Canadians.
So Ocon and Perez just out of Formula One.
Ocon will go somewhere. Someone will pick him up. He's a fantastic driver. I could see him. He's a Mercedes driver, is he not?
Yeah.
So he would fit in at
Williams.
Force India.
Yeah.
And Williams. Honestly, he could go to Williams. Perez can do whatever he wants. He's been everywhere, kind of thing. Could see him going to like a Haas or something because Grosjean won't be around much longer.
Yeah, I think they'll boot him out probably.
Yeah. So he could go to a Haas, and that would make sense. Next, Mexico gets their own team.
Doubt it.
I doubt it.
So
But
it's shaken up the drivers market for sure. I mean, Ricciardo's move shakes it up as well. And then this news, people were even saying one of the rumors that they might even put Lance Stroll in, before the Belgian Grand Prix, but I don't think that's probably going to happen.
I don't think you'll see him move mid-season.
No, I don't think so. But
Does that happen at all?
it happened last year with Gasly.
Oh yeah.
They screwed Jolie and Palmer. Was it? No, not Palmer.
No, it
what's
was.
his name?
Was it
Kvyat.
Kvyat?
Yeah. They just took him out, and then they put him in like in the middle of the season and stuff like that. So, but it probably won't happen in this situation if I had to make a guess. So
Now, if that happens and you change from teams, do you lose your championship points?
No, but even if like he were to lose his points, he'd be losing like 4. So really, it doesn't not matter that much.
those are 4 valuable points.
Well, they are. He's not last in driver standings.
True.
He's
Yeah.
rocking his.
Yeah.
I think he's over Hartley too. I don't think Hartley has. I think Hartley has like 2 points.
Partly as we have 1 or 2, I think. Yeah.
Lance Stroll contract. It's been tough to find.
I think it ends in this year.
Yeah. So 2018. I was like, what year are we in again?
So he's set for another contract in 2019 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
that's what
about
I
right.
see here too.
2 years probably when he entered, which was last year. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it might be 1 year extension, and then when's Force Canada supposed to come in?
I don't know.
Next year.
Hopefully next year. Yeah.
Okay, it should be interesting.
Well, and Williams are looking to get their gearbox from Mercedes now as well, so that might help them in performance a little bit. But there's without a doubt that now that Lawrence Stroll is involved in Force India, then something is going to happen. But I'm interested if they actually will change the team name, because if you got 2 Canadian investors
And 2 Canadian drivers. If you have 2 Canadian drivers and 2 Canadian investors, you have to change the team name and base them out of Montreal.
yeah.
You have to. It would make no sense. You can't call them Force India if everyone's Canadian.
Yeah, but I mean, even like did Force India? I can't remember. I don't even think they ever had an Indian driver, did they?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, so it's not like that they will do it.
Which is unfortunate.
But obviously, if like your dad is one of the investors in the team, then you've got a much better chance of getting in the team.
Yeah.
So
Nicholas Latifi is 23 years old.
yeah,
Just to put that in there.
Stroll's
so a young
even
driver
younger,
as well.
right?
Stroll's like 19 or something like that.
yeah.
But
We'll see.
anyways, Latifi's done very well for himself as well. Right now, he's in Formula 2. That's all I have for you. Previous series, is he not in it? Okay, well, last year he had 1 win in Formula 2, and that's all I know.
But he's done a lot of.
Oh, interesting. So he's set for that contract, but it doesn't look like he's going to accept it, because apparently he wants a better car, because he's blaming the car for all of his problems.
Yeah, I mean that's typical.
That's
of a
typical.
driver.
Yeah, of course.
I just want.
But I mean, like we saw last year, he had his first few races were tough. He just couldn't figure out the car, which was his driving error. It wasn't the car; it was his driving. Where in the latter half, we saw him be much more calm with his driving, and kind of settled into it. He hasn't really crashed so far this season. I mean, he has nothing to crash from. Like, it's not going fast enough to crash.
When you're last, there's not much action going on.
No, so
it's not all his fault. I mean, I think he still struggles a lot with the tires and tire management.
yeah, and that's one thing that it could be set up as well, but it could also be a driver issue.
But like you said, last year with a better car, he put in some good performance. Like, for God's sakes, he got a podium. Hulkenberg doesn't even have a podium. He's been in the sport for like almost 10 years.
Exactly. That was a weird race, though.
True. But again, he's shown that he has the capabilities. We're just looking at this one article. I don't know if you could scroll down. There was like this weird headline that caught. Yeah, right there. Villeneuve plays down Hamilton Jesus Christ comparison. Please click on that.
What is that?
Please click on that.
Is that? That's not his actual tattoo, is it?
So this is from that's what he
That's
has.
what his back looks like.
So what is this from? This is F1.com. Jacques Villeneuve has played down quotes that suggested he thinks Lewis Hamilton behaves like Jesus Christ. The quotes spread like wildfire on the internet. The outspoken 1997 world champion Villeneuve says they were taken out of context. I never made this statement in an interview with a media outlet, he told Le Journal de Montréal. It was never an answer to a question. Villeneuve also backtracked on another story in which he said former team Williams is dead. Well, I never said it was dead. I said it was dying.
Oh,
this
is good. So this is good. The 47-year-old was asked about rumors linking fellow Canadian Lance Stroll with a move to Force India. And he goes, honestly, it's not much more rosy than Force India, as that team is failing because of an owner who does not pay debts. Wow. I'd even read that their main sponsors not really give them support, but rather a loan. Oh my god.
Yeah, BWT. Is that it? Is
Hilarious.
there anything else what he says about Hamilton?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's a funny article.
just
I
had
mean,
to
who
check
knows
that
what
out.
like that might not like who knows how well that's actually
Yeah, it's
put in because I don't know this website, but
yeah.
that's hilarious.
Funny stuff, Mr. Villeneuve. Jeez. Yep, that's what we do on summer break. We just find
Find weird
shit to
articles
talk about.
and
Yeah.
talk about what the sport could be like in our dreams.
Force Canada.
Force Canada
Yeah.
and 23 races with a street race in Toronto. Won't happen.
Yep.
Miami.
Miami. Yeah, that's not happening until 2020 actually.
Oh yeah, I know.
They
You're right.
postponed it. Yeah.
There is a new. I think there's some changes for races next year.
Have they released the calendar yet?
I did have they had potential races for next year. Hold on,
I can look it up.
I got it right here, Shaker. Don't worry. I already had it open. That's why I was talking
Looking
about
it
it.
up for our fans, Tyler.
Oh, that's right. You can put it. It's a graphic. This is so smart of you. Is there any Abu Dhabi? No, maybe not. Maybe there is no changes.
I haven't
Grand
heard
Prix is
any
under
yet.
contract for 2018, but not 2019. Germany and Japan. They want to make more destination races, including Argentina, Netherlands, and possibly U.S.
They've done.
But that's it. But there is, let me count, 14, 18, 19 races under contract right now for next year. So there's at least 19 races.
Okay, cool.
No new circuits.
Yeah. Until 2020, where Miami might come in, supposedly. But
Supposedly, yeah.
yeah.
But, if they don't, say Germany doesn't get a contract again next year, Japan should get a contract. I mean, that just makes sense.
Germany probably won't.
So down to 20 races if Germany doesn't get one next year.
Yep.
But it looks like mostly it's going to be the same circuits for this year,
Yeah.
which
Okay.
is good.
Well, there you go. I mean, we're already looking ahead to 2019. We're more than
We're
halfway through the
right around the
season,
corner.
so, yeah, we're right around the corner there. But yeah, it was just recent news that like a month ago they said Miami might happen for 2019, but it's probably 2020, which is better because I mean that's not a lot of time to organize a race.
And that would be a street circuit, correct?
Correct.
And just for 2020 purposes, since we're talking there, 18 races are contracted for 2020, including the Dutch Grand Prix
What?
in Zwoudvoort, Netherlands.
Zandvoort,
Yeah, thanks.
that's one.
Yeah.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't hear about that.
Neither did I.
Oh.
I'm gonna look up. Let's see. Let's see this reference here. 30. Motorsport.com/F1 Grand Prix return realistic. So I don't think it's actually.
That's good for Max.
It would be good. It would make sense. And the only one other than Germany and Japan that we talked about for not being under contract in 2019, the only one under contract for 2020 is Silverstone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, could be interesting. We could see a Dutch Grand Prix if that becomes a thing.
That'd be nice. I was always looking forward to new cities, new countries. So.
It makes sense to go to Netherlands, though. They
Tarzan
travel
corner.
everywhere. Is that the track?
Yeah, that's
There's
Zandvoort.
a couple of different ones though. Like there's one oh no, maybe it's the same thing.
It's probably one of those tracks where you can have like.
Well,
10
it'd probably be
different
that
layouts.
one, is what I'm going to say. Yeah, the one you just clicked on there.
Yeah, the black. Yeah.
The first one. Yeah. That makes more sense. That looks like an F1 track.
Yeah. That's like Paul Ricard, right? Where there was 180 different
Yeah.
possibilities.
Well, that'd be an interesting
That
circuit.
shit was actually confusing though.
Oh, it
I was
was.
watching that race. I was like, okay, they're gonna try that. Wait, what? I was actually confused.
That looks
Yeah.
like an interesting circuit, though.
Yeah.
It's got some tight turns, not really too many fast corners. They have a nice little S section. That's interesting.
Hmm.
I wonder how. I'm interested now. Reminds me a bit of Russia and a bit of. That's about it.
I couldn't think of one either.
I'm just thinking Russia because there's a lot of tight turns in Russia, but there's also a few sweeping corners, Like
yeah,
long
it's sort of like
sweeping corners.
a street circuit, right?
Yeah.
ish.
I don't know if this is a street circuit or not though.
No, I think it's
It's a regular track?
designated circuit. Yeah, for sure.
Like there's no way that would. Oh, that's the same thing. And it just.
No, it's the other one's a little bit bigger.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
confusing. This.
I don't know. That's all stuff for the future, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I mean, it's worth talking about because there's nothing else going on
What?
currently.
Well, it is. I mean,
Yeah,
it would be because Dutch fans travel so well everywhere.
Yeah.
they do.
It would make sense to have they'd sell out and just be orange.
Yeah, well, they do it in Belgium. They do it Hungary, Austria. Yeah, I think Germany they probably have
Yeah.
a lot too. I didn't see that race, but yeah, Germany they definitely for sure. Yeah,
This is the Miami track you're pulling up, Pierce Shaker.
Let's hope so.
Oh
yeah.
my
This
god.
track is
What the
bananas.
What is that? That's like a Formula E track.
It is essentially, yeah.
There is so many crashes there. Like there's
That hairpin.
4 spots where
Well,
you could crash.
Somewhat of a hairpin.
That's a hairpin. That's a full hairpin.
This.
They,
Yeah,
no,
there,
they're
that
gonna
one.
change that. There's no way that's gonna be the layout.
Well, that's why.
That's 2 hairpins almost, isn't it?
It's just 2 straights and 2 hairpins.
Yeah.
And that's the track with a going
Couple
around
of
the
turns,
rink.
yeah, a couple turns here and there, but otherwise there's nothing really there.
Well, that makes no
Yeah,
sense.
though they did a video, like people were voicing some concerns about that
Yeah.
there could be a lot of crashes. So I think that's a good good choice to take another year.
Bring
to,
Formula E. Has Formula E raced there yet?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Well,
Yeah.
how many crashes? Well, I don't know.
I think they used to do IndyCar races there. I think or
Okay.
Champ Car back when it was that. So yeah.
Interesting.
And I guess I saw you had power rankings pulled up.
Oh,
I did.
We
yeah.
could do that before we recap or
Because we've gone through all the summer news already.
yeah.
We need more news to come out.
Yeah. Well, we'll do a separate. We'll do our season grades as a separate thing. This
Yeah,
is just
that's
all.
true.
It's a new show. Rumors and gossip. So this is the latest one here. Mid-season power rankings.
Is this with their same curriculum as the other power rankings?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they've counted all races. I think right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So-
Lewis with that new haircut.
Lewis Hamilton 1, Fernando Alonso 2,
Yeah.
Vettel 3.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Valtteri at 4.
Not
Kevin
after last
Magnussen
week.
5.
Interesting.
Raikkonen at 6.
I have him higher.
Danny Rick at 7.
Makes sense.
Hulkenberg at 8.
Makes sense.
Gasly at 9.
Okay.
And who's 10? Charles Leclerc, yeah.
I'd have
kind of
Max
expected
in
that.
there somewhere as well.
Yeah, I would have Max in there. I think Kimmy should honestly be like 3rd or 4th.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
Verstappen should be, I think, where Kimmy is, which is 6 or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
I think Fernando should probably be either 5th or just on the outskirts
little
of
lower.
top
yeah,
5.
yeah, I would agree.
Valtteri would be down there as well for me.
Yeah.
Especially after the last race.
Yeah, I would say like just maybe 1 spot lower.
Yeah.
Not like, not
But-
like 6. I think I would. Yeah, like I said, I think I would put. I'd put Max right here, maybe Alonso right there. So, sorry, Bottas right there. I don't know who'd go in 4th, to be honest. Kimi would be probably 3rd for me, and then Sebastian Vettel.
I put Kimi 4th, maybe.
I'd have him 3rd. I think he's been the 3rd best driver on the grid this year.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I guess they put Fernando there, but
It's because everyone loves Fernando
true.
right now.
But yeah, I think that's a fair argument. Raikkonen is their 3rd best driver.
I think so.
Yeah. Who else did they have? Ricciardo at 7. Hulkenberg. I put Gasly ahead of Hulkenberg.
Yeah. I'd put.
Yeah, I would. I would do
See,
that.
Max has raced well. It's just he's had bad
He-
luck with
at the
engines
He
start
and
has
gearboxes,
had
right?
well, the last 2 races too. He's had kind of bad luck. Well, the last race for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, definitely. But again, I think that was one of the things, right? Is they have to kind of take the technical side out of it, or whatever their reasoning there
Well, they
was.
do have to take the technical side of it
Yeah.
because otherwise it makes no sense.
I put Leclerc even probably higher than it. I put
He's raced well.
Nico Hulkenberg at 10.
I'd put Marcus Ericsson at 10.
Really?
No.
Okay. Just checking. I put Leclerc at like 8. Gasly 9. Hulkenberg 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Around
fair.
there.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I
I don't
I
know
like
why-
Hulkenberg.
Me too.
I don't know if
But-
I'd have Magnussen that
I was
actually
about to
you know what?
say.
Yeah, Magnussen. I would take Magnussen out of there and replace him with Max.
Max, yeah. I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Well, that's boring.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's logical.
Yeah, I don't think that Alonso should be in that top 3.
No.
Quite
I
frankly.
don't think so.
Lewis won, yes.
Vettel second for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vettel second.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, your top 2 championship guys, right? I mean, that's
for sure.
for definitely.
And then we said Kimi third.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Julian Palmer's been great this season too.
Yeah. Okay.
What is he up to?
I don't know. Not
I don't
much.
know. Not much, clearly.
Yeah. And that's what they had for I guess their mid-season one, right?
Yeah. Well,
So. We'll see. I think that's it for all the news, right?
I think that's it for news.
Yeah.
We strung out that news. Hopefully, there's more news for our next video, and we'll have our next video. We'll do our mid-season grades, and we'll do it. We'll have our grades for team. So our team would include car performance, and reliability, and upgrades. And then we'll have individual ones for drivers, and of course that'd be how F1 does their power rankings with their performance, taking away reliability issues in the car and stuff like that.
Just making more sense.
Yeah. So car would be separate, and we'll give F1 overall a grade as well, since there's the new marketing stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting video. Make sure you look out for that coming out soon.
And the video game is coming out somewhat
Yeah,
soon.
I'm so excited.
24th.
It looks great this year.
It does look fantastic, but
Yeah.
it's just
Research and development scheme and career mode is fantastic
they should have released it
right now.
yeah,
Summer
right
break.
now.
I don't know why they do that. They do that for I think for FIFA as well, but they release I think NFL and NHL pretty early.
NFL's out now.
Yeah, and NHL's usually out end of August or something, right? Or first week of
Somewhere
September.
around there, yeah.
Yeah, and then they wait for the European sports.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's they haven't finished it yet or if it just
Well, I think they tried to do the Christmas deals, no? Where you
Well,
do
no,
November.
they're still out
well, you
by
get
September.
well, when's FIFA out? November?
Mid-September.
Oh. Interesting.
I just find it weird that they do it a
Oh,
month
no,
afterwards.
Football Manager's out in November.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting confused.
But it would make sense if you released the F1 game now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
right
think
break.
they'll be releasing it for the first week back?
Well, 24th is I think that's right when Spa
So
begins.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but I mean now it would just be perfect. For the couple weeks where
Yeah.
there's no
It
races.
would definitely
but
give content creators a lot to
yeah,
do for the 3 weeks.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
But oh well.
We'll do when that new video game comes out.
Yeah,
We'll see who's the best.
we gotta do some Sims. Me.
False. Although you have a wheel.
That's right.
So maybe-
With force feedback this time.
yeah,
So
you might actually do well.
we'll have to bring that into our studio and then
That'd be pretty fun.
run some hot laps on
That'd
there.
be fun.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'd crash multiple times before I got good though.
You got to get used to it. Once you get used to it, then it becomes
Yeah, it'd be good.
good. So, but yeah, it looks really great.
Yeah, it does. They did
for-
a
for
really
this
good
year.
job over there.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we'll be on the lookout for that. I think that's it for
That's it
this
for-
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was just kind of let's do some news, some rumors.
news.
Catch
Some
up
stuff-
on what's going on.
Yeah, catch up on what we missed.
Get
Has
your
anybody
guys'
seen the Mercedes advertisement,
No.
random things that they've come up on social media? There's them with just
Oh yeah.
yeah,
With
the
the
one
guys in
with
the
the
pool?
guys in the pool,
Yeah.
just full suit on,
What?
going. Yeah,
Yeah, they're doing some
they're quick 10 to 15 minute clips, right? I'm pretty sure, but I've only seen the one. Is there multiple different ones?
I've seen one with Lewis's helmet and then Valtteri's helmet. So I don't know if they were two different ones, but
Hmm.
I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw.
I haven't
you know,
seen
Yeah, I
little-
just saw the quick clip of it as it was going.
This is on
through.
TV or on social media?
No,
social,
social
media. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure
Oh,
it's
okay.
social media.
Yeah.
It was mostly on Instagram. The
Interesting.
sponsored
yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah. So
I'll have to take a look at it.
it was kind of very Red Bull-esque, with the Red Bull just released the video of the car running through the states.
Oh, yeah?
Ricciardo drove through San Francisco, Vegas, all this stuff. It was like a
Jeez,
promotional
I'm
run.
behind. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I did not know about that, but that's probably he was on. I was just reading this article where apparently he made his decision to go to Renault on his way to America. So that's probably what that
That was
was.
his last hurrah.
That's
So
a long
you can
flight,
get one
so
more
you got
video out
time.
of me. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that was just what's funny too. It was it came out not long after that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yeah, I think that's it, eh?
I think so.
So let us know down in the comments below.
Yeah,
There it
this
is.
is your turn now.
Yeah, I'll do it. What do you guys think of the move by Danny Rick and his move to Renault, and who do you think will fill the spot at Red Bull? Because of course Carlos Sainz is the obvious choice, but is there a little surprise in there? It'll be interesting to see. As well, let us know what you Gasly. Oh, not a bad idea.
It's been
a
rumored.
Good shout.
Yeah.
As well, let us know what you think will be happening in Force India in the future. Do you think it'll be a big Canadian brand, which obviously we will be very happy with, but or will it?
We'll swag ourselves out.
Yeah, we would.
just because it's Canadian.
It's
Not
Canada.
because.
How about we'll
we got
sponsor
support.
them? You'll see our
If
name on the
F1,
car.
That'd be hilarious. Or will it fizzle out and will Stroll stay with Williams and see how that goes? Let us know what you guys think of the whole Williams Force India ordeal as well, and what will be the big change going into the second half of the season. Who's going to be your surprise race driver who's going to kick things off in the second half? Pure Gasly.
Nicely done. That's
Not
pretty
bad,
good. Well, I think you still have it.
Hey, I
Still
tried.
got it. Yeah.
So,
That it? Is that it? Anything else?
Shaker?
Final thoughts?
for Chris, I've been Tyler McDonald.
It's too slow.
I don't. Usually you do the outro.
Yeah.
So
Well, no,
I'm
you
just
can
going
do
off
it.
it.
That's fine. I think that's it.
Take
though.
the outro.
Right?
You do the outro. I did. That was close
Yeah,
enough.
did
Leave
you-
a like on this video.
Did you mention the subscribe? You mentioned that, right?
Make sure you subscribe and make sure you tune in
Like
on
and
our all social
subscribe.
media channels.
There
channels.
you go.
Ring that notification bell. I don't know.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, because
You
then
should. Yeah.
You
It's
get
summer
the,
break.
You get the email notifications. I think you get it on the app if you have the YouTube
Yeah.
app, then you get it through there as well. So.
You won't miss any of the gossip. So we're like entertainment.
That's
tonight.
right.
F1 edition.
There's not much going on in the summer break. So
No, there isn't. So
yeah. You got to do what you got to do.
tweet us if you have any news or any predictions as well.
Or if you want your tweet featured.
That's true. Or we can do that.
I think we tried to do. It's still going on the
F1
Q&A I put up, but I think we only got like 2 questions so far.
Go to
So.
find that tweet. We'll retweet it again, so it's at the top of our.
I think it's
We'll
pinned.
pin it.
Yeah,
It's
We'll
pinned.
pin it.
There, that's what
So
it's
go look
called.
for that as well.
Yeah,
And make sure you keep up with your F1 fantasy as well.
that's right. Don't forget to change your team. You still got like almost 2 weeks to do
Oh,
it,
man.
but
Don't forget.
So
Maybe
many
do it now.
fantasies going now.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, that was a long outro.
Very long.
Too long.
But
They've already clicked off the video.
that's
Yeah,
probably,
I think our outro was longer than our entire
Our actual
thing.
entire video.
Yeah.
that's okay.
It's okay. You were just gonna end it
You're
like
in the
this.
middle of it. You're on vacation too, so.
We'll see you before the summer break ends.
Thank you, everybody. Peace.